There's theme music.
Got it.
Can't hear your theme music, Jamie.
I'll sing it, Jamie. Da, 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 da,
I think
da, da, da,
I think it'll pick
da,
up
da,
on my end.
da.
So
Rising up, back
episode
on my
2,
feet.
Gander's just out of control already. Joe's back.
Yeah, welcome to the
What are we talking about?
second episode of the MLA Champs podcast.
Yeah, we've got reigning champion Matt Gander, the only man in the league to kill another man. So this will be an interesting conversation.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Oh my God. Allegedly, eh? Okay, thank you for that introduction. So
you are very welcome.
How's it going?
Yeah, not great for me. I'm 1-2 and I have a total combined I've lost by 9 points combined. So that's super frustrating. Turner, you have by far the most points scored against you. Do you know that?
My team's defense is just terrible. It's Denver Broncos style defense, put it that way.
Oh my God. But you also you're one of a few teams that have scored, you're averaging over 100 points a week, but you are still 1-2.
I believe I'm second in points to Mathers.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
That's how shit rolls, man.
So she rolls, yeah.
And you hope that all kind of evens itself out. But Gander, how are you feeling about the season?
Jamie, tell me that WhatsApp is installed on your phone before I answer another fucking question.
Listen, I will be on WhatsApp tonight. Make sure I'm in the group because
You hear that? Add his number to the group. Turner, are you an admin? I'm clearly not an admin in the group. Like, let's be serious. Like, so I think Turner is, though. Turner and Fimer definitely are, because they both added me back before.
Added you back? Did you get kicked out?
Oh, I left the group multiple times. I think somebody added me back like 6 times last year. There was one year where I was out of it and people didn't even know for like up until the draft. Like, man, see, you're missing all this shit. And Fabio too. Fabio refuses to be in that group, so he has a separate Signal group. But we're not going to talk about that.
So
I don't know why Fabio.
How do you feel that this is the first time I think that you were remote drafting?
Horrible. I like, as soon as it started, I knew, because I was there the year before, so I know how much different it is. And let's just say that was a huge factor in how I'm going to blame that as part of the reason. Obviously, my keeper selection was one of the main issues. Jamal Williams, dumbest move ever.
Yeah, what was
literally that day? I friggin' made up my keepers. I think maybe the night before I was thinking about it, but like I didn't even do any research. I'm like wasn't prepared. Definitely not my best draft. And even Derrick Henry fucked. Like every fucking I like Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm just gonna try to like ride it out. Hopefully I'm not on the toilet bowl. But that's what I feel like. But anyways, my fucking main keeper is at the end of his lifespan.
Everybody is only
1 week, Turner. That's it. Like my team will be lucky if it scores on average like 70 points, man. It's that bad.
Everybody is only 1 game out of first place right now. So it's still early, but yeah.
I guess in theory it's still early, but like the projection is the projection, man. And I'm not an idiot. I was in contention for like several years in a row. And like, I know what it takes to win. And I'm telling you right now, I got the worst team I've had in 5 years on paper right now.
I feel like that's been...
Are you MCDC? I've got the projections up here right now. Are you MCDC?
Yeah, I'm MCDC. Yeah.
You are currently projected to finish 12 out of 12.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know it. I didn't even look at that, and I knew. Like, I might as well make that fucking projection. It's bullshit anyways, though. I hope Mathers is fucking 11. But, I mean, nothing against them. I like to chirp them.
I do hate to say this. Mathers was also 12, so you're not out of the woods, Gander.
Yeah, well,
He's projected at first.
Mathers,
What?
That's because Mathers, after the draft, Mathers had very, very shaky quarterbacks, and he has since fixed that problem.
Oh, well, whatever. All right.
He's
Like,
3-0. He's the only one
I'm
that's
pissed about
3-0.
my draft. I'm pissed about my team. I was fucking freaking out after the draft. I was literally fucking mad as fuck. I still am. I'm just mad at myself, and I'm mad at Turner because he snaked me for Mahomes at like $44. I should have just kept bidding. But then I was on like fucking 2-second delay is such bullshit. Like, I don't know how Fabio does it year after year. No wonder he's like middle of the pack. Like, I'm telling you, it makes a huge fucking difference.
What was the main difference going remotely?
One, the audio quality. Two, you're on a 2-second delay. So you're getting information after people have already started bidding. Like, you're on a delay. So you guys are like bidding in the room. I'm 2 seconds behind you. It's noticeable. You know it.
I've done it,
especially in a fucking live auction when it's not the same for everyone. It's fucked.
I think the
it's
biggest
not like we're on the ESPN thing clicking the fucking button against each other. There half the people are in a room together, fucking scream face to face, screaming at each other. And me and Fabio are going, "Did you hear that? What are these? What guy did they nominate?" You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like I did 2 remote drafts. Turner, you did 1.
It's
right?
gotten worse. It used to be better. Whatever we're using now has made it worse. Maybe it's Zoom and it's got a 2-second fucking delay, or it's Fiverr shitty Wi-Fi or whatever the fuck they were. Like, I don't know.
That would
like
be
right now, I don't feel like I got a delay. I'm fucking talking and I can see my lips fucking moving. So like, I don't know what to say.
Sounds like a boatload of excuses coming from the defending champ, trying to make sense.
Yeah, it's. I know. I told you, it's fucking keeper. It's no excuses. I'm taking full responsibility. I didn't drive to fucking Sarnia, but then I didn't have fucking time. I barely fucking was sitting down when the draft fucking started. Like, done my shit for the day.
Did you did you leave the draft at any point to take a shower again?
Not remotely. Man, that was like a weird time for me. All right, like a weird time. I don't really take that many showers, to be honest, anymore. So that is what it is. I've kind of gone like in the opposite direction of shower.
Oh, okay.
Some people probably, how some people have like 3 to 5 showers a day. I'm lucky if I got 3 to 5 showers in 2 weeks.
That is.
I might encourage Gander to continue with the remote draft at that level.
What do you mean? Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, don't sit beside
I'm
me.
not ashamed of it. It's fucking the facts. Like, what do you want me to say?
So do you?
It's a
nobody I know complains. Like, I fucking am around people all the time.
Yeah, safe space.
Turner, do you think so? How has Mahomes been so far this year?
He's been great. And unfortunately, he had 25 points this week, but he had too much of a lead, and they pulled him in the 4th.
Right. And that's what happened with Jalen Hurts last year. He'd never play in the 4th quarter, so he'd have like 30 points by halfway through the 3rd quarter, and then
I never had that issue.
Yeah. So do you?
Yeah.
So if you didn't keep.
Then again, I never snaked him from my buddy either. So like, hey, it is what it is, right?
Do you? So you kept Jamal Williams based off of just the fact that he scored so many touchdowns.
Okay, so I kept Jamal Williams based off of insanity. There was no basis for doing that. Basically, because I'm an idiot. I thought, you know what I thought? I was like, nobody's gonna bid $40 for Mahomes. Maybe I can get him for 35. Turner fucking bids 44. So I was like, I don't want to keep Mahomes. I had Mahomes originally for like 29, like 2 or 3 years ago. I can't remember. So I fucking was paying already more, like $40 for a fucking quarterback. And then I draft Aaron Rodgers thinking, hey, he's no longer in Green Bay, which I I'm a Lions fan. So obviously I think Green Bay is not a great team. I have nothing good to say about the old Fudgies. Okay. Sorry, Theo. This is how I feel. But anyways, like, so I was like, I'm going to draft Aaron Rodgers. He's going to come out like a fucking rocket, like all that untold ESPN and Netflix bullshit, whatever the hell those, like he's on those episodes. He's
Yeah,
like, and he's got the fucking bone. And the thing was, he had to play 70% of the snaps for them to get their draft picks or whatever that they even traded him for, right? Of the year. So I was like, he's got to play. Like, it's part of the fucking deal. Nope. He's fucking done. Minus 0.6 or whatever fucking points on the year.
And
I'm just
the Jets
and Jamal Williams on the IR too. So like that's why I mentioned Aaron Rodgers, because Jamal Williams on the IR. Aaron Rodgers, I think, had stem cells, so he might be back for the playoffs.
Would you have won that week if he played the full game? Were you close enough?
Probably not. My team was still shit. But that definitely contributed to the downfall. I think I knew my team was shit right after the draft day. I was telling people that the season. I straight up told Marco multiple times the season's fucking over. I think I was saying it during the draft. My season is over. Anyway, I'm trying not to be negative. I don't really care about that anymore. I'm over it now. It's just
I've been in those situations where after a few weeks, like, oh God, I'm not going to compete, and then
I know I've seen your shitty teams before.
I know, and my teams I have not been relevant in the league for a while, and you try, like, I'm trying to put together. That was the whole
reason. You're on the ropes, Jamie.
That's the whole reason why I made the trades pre-draft, because I wanted to get like some guys that could put up points, and it's so fucking frustrating to be so close every week.
Jamie,
are you an original MLA member, Jamie?
Not really.
Or did you replace Stromblett?
Technically, I am not, because my spot
I knew
was
it.
supposed to go to.
I knew it. Oh, I knew it. I was trying to think that. All right.
Well, let me explain, because I was there at the first draft.
A little MLA history here.
Yeah. Martin Riley was supposed to be in the league. Martin Riley does not watch the NFL, but he was supposed to be in the league. And we played pickup football that first season, and I came to play, and no one had heard from Riley at this point. And it got to the point where it was about an hour from the draft, and Mark was just like, yeah, okay, Riley's not coming. You're in. That's how I
was there. Isn't that the one where you pulled your hamstring and you scored a couple touchdowns, though? I'm pretty sure of that one.
I've pulled my hamstrings a couple times playing pickup football.
Yeah, I can remember sitting there with the ice pack during the draft.
Oh God. Yeah, that was an awful draft. That was an awful draft. Yeah. So what do you think?
You think the Lions are for real?
I hope so. I mean, I don't like them blowing that game last week.
What do you mean? They won, didn't they?
No, didn't Seattle beat them?
That was not Atlanta. They played Atlanta last week.
Atlanta. Okay.
2 weeks ago, Seattle beat them.
Seattle beat them in overtime because Seattle scored a touchdown right off the overtime.
Yes. Yeah, Tyler Lockett. Yeah. I mean, I like.
They actually scored.
Being a Lions fan like you for the past 2 decades has been pretty sad. But yeah, I love the coach.
I love him too.
So
Jamie, I have a question that you asked me last week, and I noticed that you had Devon A-Chain on your bench for 48 points. And I just want to know, do you like leaving points on your
48
bench?
Points on the bench?
Okay.
That's as many as I fucking scored total.
Listen, let's rewind and see what this guy. So he was.
I don't won with that.
He was a healthy scratch in week 1. He had 1 carry for 5 yards in week 2. And then he goes out and like 230 some yards and 4 fucking touchdowns. They scored 70 points. That will be his best fantasy game of the year. And no, unlike you,
this is the fucking Dolphins on the
bench, I fucking hate it because it's the tiebreaker for the wild card. So when you bench,
Dolphins aren't for real.
Yeah, when you bench 50 fucking points from one dude, that fucking sucks. And I was debating, he was almost in my lineup going into, I had Jalen Warren in the starting lineup all week. And when it was who's the other wide receiver? Not Tyreek, but Jalen Waddle.
He's out.
When he was confirmed out, I almost put A-Chain in, and I was just fuming all day.
Just
Dolphins aren't real. They were 8-3 last year after their bye around their week 12, and they finished 9-8.
And I mean, if Tua stays,
and remember Tua, as soon as Tua starts getting hit, they're fucked. Just so you know. So like, you think his 20 concussions are going to go away? Wait till his hands start dancing around again.
He took,
because nobody wants to talk about that, but we all saw it. Like, he clearly has like something going on.
In the off season, he took up. I think it was karate to learn how to fall properly so that he doesn't get knocked out.
Yeah, too late.
Yeah, that was scary.
Too late.
Seeing what happened, and
dude, he was flexing all weird. Like, I don't even want to go over it. Like, you can YouTube it if they haven't banned it.
No, I remember. And how about, so speaking of like ugly injuries, Nick Chubb, and they wouldn't even reshow the play on TV. They were just like, they announced it because I was watching it live, and they were like,
obviously must have been insane.
Like, yeah, we're not going to show you that. And normally in the past they would show you like ad nauseum. So obviously that is coming from.
It was probably something pretty dirty, man.
Yeah.
Right.
So
like, it was probably like it was. So what do you? I don't even. When was the game with Nick Chubb? Last Monday, right?
It was either Sunday or Monday. Yeah.
Yeah. So there was something going on with me. I didn't get to watch that fucking game.
And then
I've been watching all the Lions games, though. That's about the best I can tell you.
Yeah, the Lions are looking good. The Dolphins are looking, I mean, fucking amazing.
What were your thoughts, boys, when
the Dolphins aren't for real? They are not real.
The last play of the game. Hey, Gander, what were your thoughts? The last play of the game, that Dolphins game, they could have kicked a field goal for the league record in points, and yet they decided to down the ball at a sportsmanship. What were your thoughts on that? Would you have gone for the record if you were a coach?
I probably would have fucking gone for the end zone. Said, fuck you all.
Gone for the touchdown.
Kick. I would have went for a Aaron Rodgers to Rodgers fucking Hail Mary against the Lions. So you want to hear a ridiculous fucking story about that? So, I'm watching it with Mitch. I'm wearing a Lions jersey. He's wearing a Packers jersey. Allison's asleep, right? In the bedroom, and she's already yelled at us. We're both fucking wasted, right? We're sitting there, and it happens, and Mitch goes to yell, but he doesn't yell. So he's standing, and he's giving me the suck it quietly, and fist pumping like this, and I'm just like sitting there taking it. And then Allison's like, I can hear you moving around. What happened? And then Mitch is like, oh, she's awake. Fuck you, suck it. And I was like, and I literally was like, it was like their announcer was like, oh, this is going to be the first time the Lions have beat the Packers at home in forever. And then it took they did it last year twice or something. Like that game where what I call the NFC North Super Bowl, where the Lions totally demolished Aaron Rodgers and the Packers at the end of the year.
Yeah,
and it was like
the playoffs.
That was the best. That might have been my all-time favorite NFL football game ever.
I wonder. I think
kind of ironic that I drafted Aaron. I hated Aaron Rodgers for all those years. I used to insult Aaron Rodgers because he was like Mitch's hero, right? Mitch loves the Packers. And Mitch took it personally. And then now I draft him and then he gets hurt. I mean, it's like karma. He knew of all those derogatory and disparaging things I said. And he fucked me. He made sure when I needed him, he fucked me.
Do you find yourself drafting more Lions because you're a Lions fan?
No, I draft Lions. Okay, so sort of because I know that I'll watch the game.
Yeah.
So even because so I like in some ways like I used to do stupid things like draft the Lions kicker. I don't do that anymore. You go for the best kickers. Period. You want consistency, not like
And
seating your pants,
and get a backup.
Right. But our defense, I might draft now. That Hutchinson guy is like, I'm not going to make any comments about his family, but he's got some real athletes in that family of his. You know, they take good care of themselves. That's all I'm going to say.
So Turner, then what are you looking at? So you're 1-2. You've got the second most points. Who do you play this week?
I play Fimer.
I wish it was me.
Ahead of my division. He's top of my division.
So if you win,
yeah, last pick.
If you win, you can jump to first potentially in your.
I would be first because I might have the point tiebreaker. I have more points than him.
So how's that WhatsApp install coming, Jamie?
To be determined.
Yeah. Get on it.
Gander, you're
coming from the guy that left like 6 times last year.
Hey, bud. Yeah, you got to join to lead, okay? And like people, Turner literally private messaging.
Your money guy.
Yeah, I'm guiding you back. You can't
Gander just needed a timeout. He just needed a timeout. Yeah. It's like some classrooms have a common order for his kids.
I think Theo definitely left the thing too, but he's in MIM somehow still. I don't think Mathers ever left it. Mathers might have forced people to leave it. I shouldn't hate on Mathers, but like.
Oh, you should absolutely.
No, you should absolutely.
And the guy's won enough championships. You can hate on me.
Not about the championships. It's not about the championships. The championships don't bother me, but like, it does. Like it's just. I don't even want to say it.
They bother me. They really bother me.
What were your thoughts on the trade Mathers just made with Theo? Speaking of Mathers.
Well, usually there's a rule of thumb in our league. Whoever makes a trade with Theo usually ends up in the playoffs and half the time wins the league. So there's that. Just you can look it up if you want. I know off the top of my head that that's true, but that's because Theoret is ridiculous and he's like a little promiscuous, I guess you could say, with some of his players. Unless there are certain guys like Devontae Adams, who I basically gifted to him at the draft as well. Like, stop bidding on it. He also should have been a keeper. In hindsight, if I could go back, I would not have kept Jamal Williams. I probably would have either kept Mahone or Devontae Adams, and then I would have had like 3/4 of my auction money spent, and I would have had to wait for the first hour and a bit before I would have even started bidding on guys. I probably would have did that because of the delay was so bad. And then I would have had at least a core like that I could try to get 20 from on a regular basis, right? Because really that's what you need. You want 3 guys that can generate 20 points, and then you kind of fill in the rest with a kicker and a half-decent defense. There you got 80 points guaranteed.
It's one of the common themes of this league, the would-haves and could-haves and ifs.
Yeah, well,
just
it's a big would-have clip.
Some constructive feedback.
Isn't that what this is about? We're rehashing the shit that's already happened in the fucking football league. All right. Yeah. Well, then I guess that's your mild-mannered chirping, Joe. I get it. You're slanging. You're slanging some fucking shade. All right. That's your shade hat, eh?
It's my conversation hat.
When was the last time you used that fireplace, Turner? Have you ever used it?
Yeah, it's a working fireplace. It keeps me warm at night.
Is it gas or is that a wood fireplace?
Oh no, that's for real. That's
okay.
Wood burning fireplace.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this trade, and it is Joe Mixon and Raheem Mostert go to Theo for Justin Herbert and Damian Pierce. Now, I mean, Mostert just had an almost 50-point game as well.
Well, I was
Yeah.
shocked he would
Not
trade
for real.
a guy named Raheem Must Start. The guy's name is Must Start, literally.
Another thing, another
How
rule
do
of
you
thumb I
trade
have
that guy?
is
He had 40 points.
guys that have big games like that blow up. They tend to max out and then get hurt. Even Derrick Henry, when it's called overuse. They're only human beings.
That's the thing.
Especially,
he wasn't even overused. He was
he had 4 TDs, man.
He's now the number 1 ranked running back in the league.
Those chat my ass. I mean, there's offered him to me for T. Higgins and some other bullshit, but I was not. It was pretty awful. I thought.
How many trade offers have you guys received from Mathers this year?
Oh, I don't even keep track. Mathers and Theo, like I literally just put as soon as I see them pop up, I just go and decline. Sometimes I barely don't even look. I'm not gonna lie.
Didn't you just say whoever trades with Theo wins the league?
But when you want to trade, but like not right now. See, I wrote stuff like season is over. Next thing you know, Theo's offering. I don't know about you. I don't typically do the deals where you give one guy and then get 3 guys back. So as soon as I see it look like a reverse pyramid trade, I ain't doing it. You know what I mean? I'm declining it. Because why would I give you one guy, take 3 of your players, which you think are the equivalent, and then I got to drop 2 guys, which why would I do that? And then you're going to pick up 2 guys plus my fucking good guy. Like, do you think I'm retarded? That's their strategy.
I mean, it's hard to argue. Theo did put up 161 points this week. So maybe he knows what he's doing.
No, I know, but he's consolidating guys on his team, man, because other people are stupid enough to make these trades. Like, what did Mathers put up after he made this trade?
93.
Herbert is the number 1 ranked quarterback right now.
I don't know. Those guys were both on site of the draft. I feel like they waited. They weren't as crazy as some of us, me and Turner and whoever else was like overbidding like crazy on stuff. Like those drafts are so frustrating, especially remote.
Who do you guys think is going to be the best waiver wire ad this year? Because I'm super regretting spending all that money on Puka because I need a running back.
Well, we'll see if my
so far like
you got Jerome Ford, Turner?
I got Jerome Ford. Yeah, I spent $76 for him though.
And what was the next highest?
You're nuts, Turner.
The next, actually, I took a screenshot of that. Actually, I believe it was 66. I think Lowe put 66.
Yeah.
No, 63. There was 63, 56, 53, 40 something, the couple 40s, 30, and then some people put like really low ones, like Mathers or something.
And then Fabio put 7.
Yeah, there were some low ones. Like I looked at the offer. I typically look at the offers report just to kind of gauge what's going on. Like it's a little bit social engineering. I've won some of those big bids before over the years on guys that got hurt immediately, or some guys have panned out.
Well, it might be.
Do you think maybe we should review the rules of our league and maybe make some suggestions, as in like allowing players from the waiver wire to be kept for their value that they get picked up, like when you pick them in the week, stuff like that.
I feel like that maybe wouldn't necessarily lead to any more keepers being kept, because if it's somebody that's going to be valuable, you're going to be spending more than you would want.
Not necessarily. I picked up Amon-Ra St. Brown the year before on waivers for super cheap, like $1 or $2 or something. And then
you know what?
I'm kind of $26 the next year.
I'm kind of in favor of having. I'm in favor of having more guys in the draft. So I'm fine with guys who aren't drafted go in the draft. I like having options.
Throwing it out there, man. Like fuck, changing it up a little bit. like the same format over and over. It gets a little old, you know. Like, how many people in our league haven't made the playoffs? There's definitely some. I think Corey, or maybe he has. I don't even know anymore.
We were
Everyone
talking
you
about
had.
playoffs.
how many people
What?
have not won yet.
Shanza hasn't.
But that team, that Shanza, Tremblay, Devlin.
Tremblay made it runner-up one year.
Yeah.
Was that true? Did Shanza take over for Tremblay? No, he took over for
Devlin, who took over for Tremblay.
Devlin. So who was the other fucking person? Did we only used to have 10 Turner?
No, we always had 12.
No, we always had 12.
Who was the other person that left that?
That's it.
Oh, at the very first draft, you were supposed. Oh, I get it. Jamie, were you at the first draft? Were you actually part of the first draft?
Yes, we just talked about that.
I didn't think that was the first draft.
Yes, Riley.
I thought that was your first draft.
No, Riley was MIA, and so I got substituted.
So that was in 08?
Say that again.
I think it was 2008.
That was in 2008.
August of 2008.
I said this to Mark earlier. Was it 08 or 07? I couldn't remember.
It was definitely not 07. Maybe 09.
Well, then it had to be 08. For sure, we played in 08 then. Because that was when I moved back to Sarnia, and I was living with Boyd. And we definitely drafted that year. Because that was the year I left Tremblay early.
It's funny.
The draft. I drafted to like $1 guys, and it was like I'd been there for an hour, and then I just left. And I was like, I'll be back tomorrow, guys, and pick up my guys after everyone's done.
The handle of the podcast is MLA Football 2008. So I really hope it's 2008.
All right, there's 2 minutes left.
Yeah. So is there? I'm going to throw this out there to you guys. And do you guys have any like draft day superstitions where, like, I don't know, like a picture of your kid or a stuffy or a black lotus that you keep on you while you're?
I usually go buy 2 magazines at the store, and I definitely like to drink. You know, how's that?
Mm-hmm. Well, from the sounds of it, the two of you put very little research into draft day, which.
What do you mean? I look at sports and football shit all the fucking time and statistics.
You just said you picked your keepers the night,
but I don't,
and did little to no.
Yeah, but okay. So my team management is definitely suspect. But my how I glean NFL knowledge is constant. Okay. Like there's a difference. Okay.
I understand
because I have multiple fantasy teams. Like I'm playing Fantrax, ESPN, Yahoo. It's probably like some Simply Sports thing, and then I'm doing like a Survivor thing, which I won last week, picking San Fran, and everybody else I think picked Jacksonville and got effed over. Right?
Are you guys in the
or what team lost? What team lost to Arizona last week? Was that Jacksonville?
Jacksonville.
It was a big upset.
Yeah, Jacksonville.
I thought.
No,
was it Jacksonville?
It used to be Jacksonville. Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas. They picked Dallas. That's who. They're all of them, like the 4 rather people in the league. And Allison and I won $250 last week or last Sunday.
It's amazing how quickly those survivor pools just because there's always these upsets that no one expects. Well, gentlemen, week 2,
less than 1 minute.
Episode 2, I should say. We're in week 3 now. Maybe we'll have. I want to one day get like 4 people in here, especially people that don't.
I feel like we could have kept going. If you guys want me to come back for another episode, I'd be happy to come back.
Oh, well, we will reach out. I want to get through. I want to try and interview everybody in the podcast, in the league, have them on the podcast. So till next time, gentlemen, Gander, good luck.
Hey, Turner.
Yeah, buddy.
You're going fucking down, bud. You're going to be in the toilet bowl again this year. Mark my fucking words.